Hi guys, so I had a problem. I was going to Mauritius and Berlin and I didn't want to take my large Timber Switch 10. And this is a fantastic bag, but the reason I have this is because of my 70 to 200 mm f4 lens, which is a monster. But I don't need to take that to Mauritius with me, nor on a work trip to Berlin. So the other option was use my old Manfrotto bag, which I was given free with the camera. However, I can only have room for one lens, and I wanted to take my 50mm f1.8 because I knew there was going to be evenings when we're going out to clubs, and I wanted to be able to film there in a very, very low light situation. This wasn't going to cut it. So I needed something somewhere in the middle. So this is the Manfrotto Compact Advanced Shoulder Bag for Mirrorless, or CSC as they said, compact. Something, it's fine, mirrorless will work. It's the MASB-C1 apparently, very catchy. Size-wise, it's 26 by 18 by 12, and internal dimensions are 24 by 12. That's because there's a different zipping portion at the top, by 10. And 10 is what I needed basically to allow me to fit my Sony Ericsson with its 16 to 70 mm f4 Zeiss lens, because once you've got the lens hood inverted, you need around about that 10 centimeters to get it fitting in there. So this is great because the bag itself is nice and small. It's light at 380 grams before you put anything in there. As you can tell from the previous Manfrotto, it literally has the width of a single lens in there. Whoops, if I put that there so you can see on the top camera. The width of a lens for all intents and purposes. Yes, this one is a little deeper than this one, but that's fine because it always had room anyway that wasn't being used. Because the idea of that bag is that you would put a full, Canon or Nikon camera in there, whereas I'm using a Sony mirrorless a6000. So this is perfect, absolutely perfect. The outside bag itself is weatherproof. It does, and I can attest to this. In Berlin, it absolutely pissed it down at one point, and everything inside stayed dry. But this is actually weather treated. They do actually give you a little weatherproof raincoat as well, so you can keep your bag nice and dry in the most torrential of downpours. But more on that pocket later. There are, show you this, the zips are actually on the back. Now that's really good for security. It means that when you're wearing this, all the zips are towards your body, so there's no hands going to get in there, and it shouldn't be, so it's nice and secure in a crowd. You can unzip it just like this. Actually, to be fair, the zips do sometimes get a little stuck because I'm trying to rush to get them in and out, so if a person's trying to steal anything out of here, they're going to struggle as well. Once it pops open like that, you've got a nice level working surface that when you've got that hung off your shoulder. It's a nice area to work from. This is just the camera case for my my Sony camera up there, but the idea is this is a 50mm prime f1.8 that fits in just down this side here, but it can also fit in just down this side here. So I'm looking at the moment about whether to get a 10 to 18 f4 or maybe a 35mm f1.8 so that I can shoot better in low light but closer, because I have to step quite far away to use this, which it has its its benefits with some of the old depth of field and bokeh kind of things at night. But maybe I want to upgrade. I'm trying to think about that at the moment. But you can easily get two of those lenses down the side. If I make that flatter, this then folds over the top of that, so that when my camera is in there, the 16 to 50mm just goes there. The camera stretches out about here, so it sits on top of this. Now this does mean that the camera's up here somewhere, so this does have a little bit of pressure, so something to watch out for. It means I don't want to put too much stuff in these pockets here. On that note, in these pockets I've just put a lens cloth in one, and a cheeky little SD card slot. Now I'll put a link to this in the description below. This was a couple of pounds, but this is quite handy because it has, say, I've put two micro USB micro USB, micro SD cards on one side with their card readers, and on the other side I've got two 64 gig Extreme Pro SanDisks, which is what I use in my A6000. So this gives me all the data storage I need when I'm on holiday. It's nice and secure in there. Actually, the reason I wanted that was in the 10 case. You have this little cheeky zipped case. This doesn't come with the bag. I had to pay for this, but this is great because it holds 9 cards in there. But the problem was there's nowhere for me to put this in here. That was the problem. I mean, I could and I understand about it, but I figured it would make more sense to put another camera in there rather than anything else. I'll just wheel that out of the way. So yes, that's all I've put in there, and I've pushed that right over to the edge so it's leaning over that portion, not over the camera, because as I said, the camera does push up a bit because of my 16 to 70mm. But that means that's the lens I use more often, so it's worth having. And in this little point here, as I said, this is an extra pocket. So in here I've got the rain cover. I've got a Manfrotto Evo Pixie 2 mini tripod, and then I've just got pen, notepad, and USB cable for charging. Just on a quick note, I won't do a full review on this. There's no point. There's enough out there. There's not many reviews on this bag, which is why I'm doing it. But this is a great little mini tabletop tripod. Just pops down there, or 3 lengths on the legs. I can go all the way up there, and if I've got a really long lens on there, I can pop that down like that, and I can go really nice and flat to the ground, like really low. So this is really, really, really handy to have with you on a shoot. So if you need to use a tabletop or something to shoot rather than GorillaPod, this is a great little option. You do see YouTubers with these as well now, because they're ergonomically designed around the handles here, so I can hold this as I'm vlogging, should I ever wish to vlog, or as you're shooting, you can use it as a bit of a stabilizer on your hands. So really good. What I love is the fact that it can fit in the top here, just like that. It just tucks in nice and neat. So I've always got a tripod with me, although I put the rain cover behind it because I use the tripod more than the rain cover. And then just in this little pocket here, if you can see that, I think I mentioned this in another review, this is where I keep my Anker 10,000 milliamp battery. So if I need to charge my camera, I can run a USB cable just out of there into this main area, plug it into my camera, and have my camera charging in the bag, which is great. The only thing is, because I was carrying this on a 5,000 round with me in Berlin, everybody used me for power. So I think it's potentially, instead of learning my name because I was new to the company when we went, they realised I was the guy to go to charge their phone, which was good. It was a good way of meeting people, but always worth carrying these batteries with you. But yeah, I mean, if we wake my tablet back up, that happens far too often. You can actually fit, as I say, a DJI Mavic drone in here, and this top portion is also, this wasn't what it was designed for. I think they realised this after the Mavic came out, and they put a big push on, hey, you can put a Mavic in this. The controller can fit in the top. There's even room then for the little blades in the side pocket and stuff. They've done a whole thing about how this could be used for a Mavic, which is, I think, is really cool, because actually that's such a nice little bag to have. And if you have one of these with your camera on one side and one with your Mavic drone on the other, you're good to go. You're running and gunning, and you're perfect. You can have a prime, you can have your 10 to 18, you can have your 16 to 70, you can have your mini tripod on the top, and the other one has your drone for your aerial footage. What a perfect setup. Someone please send me a drone, because I'm never going to be able to afford one, and I don't think the wife's ever going to let me have one. But yeah, so that's that. That's the Manfrotto Compact One bag in a nutshell. Absolutely perfect. The one thing I didn't mention is the shoulder straps aren't removable. They do another model of this without the pocket in the top, where that is removable, but this one it isn't. And there is a handle just at the back. Now yes, the weight of it makes it a bit odd, but actually it's really handy just to pick up and go as a run and gun kind of situation. But yes, brilliant. Right, well, if you have any other questions on this, there aren't many reviews on it, so please do leave me a comment below. If you liked it, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like it, thumbs down. I'm not sure what not to like about a camera bag, but okay, each to their own. Unless the Trump supporters come after me again. They did that once and all my videos got downvoted. Very odd. But yes, other than that, please do subscribe to see my next videos, and I will see you in the next one. Brilliant. Thanks a lot, guys. See ya.